Okay.
All right. So, first of all, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in on a work day. And we have about 19 folks with us on the call. So, first of all, a warm welcome to everyone. We have just kicked off our discussions around Google Source Code. So, of course, Jenkins got selected as one of the organizations for quite a long time. Um, and glad to have it back for Google Source Code 2026. So, the agenda for today is that we have listed a number of project ideas on the official Jenkins GSoC website. Maybe Chris or if you can share the link to the project ideas, we can just share that in the Zoom chat. And we have kept a couple of online meetups for everyone to connect directly with the mentors and get to understand what are the basic principles of each and every project idea. So we'll give you some insight into what exactly is the reasoning behind that particular project idea, how to get started, and of course we'll have question answer section at the end of each and every project idea. So for today, we have four project ideas and we have another session for tomorrow. We already shared the Zoom link for tomorrow. So it's the same Zoom link at the same time, but on Friday. And if you're interested in one of the projects for today, we have the first four, which we'll just cover. And then the remaining four will be covered tomorrow. So the overall agenda for today is that we'll go over each and every project idea one by one. We'll have a short Q&A section at the end of each of these project ideas. So we'll roughly divide it into about 10-15 minutes for each and every idea so that we can close in at the hour. And towards the end, if anyone has any specific questions around the program, around Jenkins, feel free to also ask your doubts. It's the perfect chance for all of you to have a direct interaction with the mentors. But of course, the mentors will also be available on the GitHub chat. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out on the chat itself, and we'll be more than happy to answer questions. So this session will be recorded and we'll be sharing it. So in case you have to drop or you could not attend, we will be able to share this recording at the end. And I've already mentioned that we'll have a small Q&A after each and every project idea. We also have given a couple of useful links. So if you're not already part of the Gator channel, feel free to join that. And after the webinar, you can also join our Discourse channel as well, which is on community.jenkins.io. And do ensure to follow the code of conduct while you are participating in the program, or you're in the community, or you're in this live stream. Just ensure that you always follow the code of conduct. And here's a quick video around how you can prepare, because a lot of time folks ask who are beginner to rules of code that how can I prepare. So this is a good video that you can explore. Again, we will share the slides as well and the recording for this session. So make sure to go through this video. It's pretty encouraging as well for everyone to follow. So for today, we have four main topics. So out of the eight project ideas that we have listed on the official site, we are going to cover the first four, which includes the AI chatbot to guide user workflow using OpenTelemetry for Jenkins jobs, continue the Jenkins doc recite tooling, and Jenkins email notification using Outlook SMTP. So we'll probably kickstart this with the first project idea. So the first project idea is AI chatbot to guide user workflow. Maybe Chris, if you want to take this up first.
Yeah, sure. The first project idea is on an AI chatbot to get user workflow. We intend to have this as a plugin. Once the user has installed this plugin, they should be able to access some kind of an AI-powered chatbot. We're thinking about like maybe having both support for a local LLM or like support for integration with existing like proprietary LMs like maybe Gemini or Claude. And so the goal is to develop an AI-powered chatbot via plugin for integration into Jenkins to assist the users in navigating workflows, accessing documentation that's related to how to use Jenkins, and troubleshooting issues efficiently. So it's kind of similar to what we have before in the previous two iterations. But for those, like I think they're more focused on more general domain specific knowledge. Like for Jenkins, troubleshooting for the info team for one of them, and also for accessing resources for the other one. This one's a little bit different because the intended usage is for the general user. Maybe someone who's new to Jenkins would want to like figure out how to more efficiently to navigate the different types of workflows for the like different kinds of like say maybe the like like for Jenkins I think it's like for we do have like official documentation, but sometimes it's not very interactive, and also it's very for we want to have some more up-to-date domain knowledge. So maybe the like the similar projects we have had before, they may be kind of outdated now because they were trained or fine-tuned based on some previous like data sets. So for this project, the skills to study improve are natural language processing, so NLP, Python, JavaScript, TypeScript. Um, I think also like let me add something. So Java and LM, AI, ML, UI, UX, Jenkins. So Java, it's maybe required, maybe not so much, but I'll put it here anyways. Also for because it's like user facing, so this one it would be open to the public, unlike what we had last year for the info team. For the one for the info team we had last year, the target audience was more for someone who's like working for Jenkins as a staff. But I think for that one, we in the end we incorporate some agentic elements to it. So this one, we could have that too. Also like but for sure we want at least a basic fine-tuned or like RAG powered chatbot. And so I'm wondering like if you could like click on the link.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it being shared? Can you see the, or
Yes,
is it showing the?
it is
Yes.
shared.
Yeah, so like this page, it gives some background information, also summary, expected outcomes, and um, bullet point forms of like can we scroll down? So
Yeah.
yeah, so background summary, expected outcomes, study improvement skills, so project size, and this project size I think can we scroll down a little bit? Yeah, it can be like it can be a medium project, so which means 175 hours, or it can be a large project, 350 hours. So maybe I should explain a little bit how this works. So for Google, like you can apply for three sizes. I think it's like small, medium, large. So for small and medium size, you're expected to work part-time. For large project size, you're expected to work full-time. So that's the only difference. And for the for the small size, it's going to be less. I think it's less than 12 weeks, from what I understand. But it also depends on how much like features, how much effort you want to put into the features. So how like for each proposal the size may be different, but for this one definitely between medium and large. And the project difficulty level is from intermediate to advanced. And so we the new features we have talked about a bit. So it should be like as a plugin. So if you're not familiar with a plugin, how it works, like the architecture possible. So you may want to take a look at the Jenkins CI, GitHub org, um, and like find some like similar plugins. You can I like see on the like I don't think we have a link here. So that's I think that's like plugins.jenkins.io. So for a quick start, I see some combinations here for this doc, but we can fix it later. So You should first familiarize yourself with Jenkins. So set yourself up as a user and also like second to familiarize yourself with existing ML and AI libraries. Maybe especially for if you want to integrate it with existing like proprietary LLMs, you should familiarize yourself with the like how to use them and how to develop a wrapper around them. And I think like for NLP libraries that are well known that you may find useful, it would be NLTKs and Space Psi, I think PyTorch and Lambda Index, etc. So these are Python-based libraries, and I think it's like for integration with the plugin itself, like for because you will be using some like because most plugins for Jenkins are in Java, so you may figure a way to like bridge the gap between like to like to be a for you to be able to use Python, but at the same time like communicate with the Jenkins core, which is written in Java. You will need to understand existing chatbot implementations or like similar implementations to get some insights about the design and the functionality you need to have. And you want to explore Jenkins plugin development. So we have a tutorial for that. There's a link there, but I don't think we need to go into that right now. We need to understand how to integrate chatbot to Jenkins. Like that, there are different options, different ways, pros and cons for each. So we need to figure out like which one's the best. So for the proposal itself, for draft proposal at least, you will need to be able to tell us what are the pros and cons for the options you have considered. You should have considered more than one option. So because like we want you to do some research about all the different possibilities. So, Shiva, do you have any, like, as a co-mentor, do you have anything you wanted to add to this?
No, no. So, as you mentioned, that ultimately the chatbot will help from a experience, helping whether it's documentation or being able to navigate you for the different UI parts as well, potentially within Jenkins if someone is needing help on that front. So, what I what I believe is that this also incorporates the knowledge base around Jenkins, but then also having understanding of like the different core functionalities. So it can basically loop in the docs, it can loop in your general user workflows, which are commonly there within Jenkins, so that because people are not going to people might ask questions related to, okay, how can I set up a um like let's say the open telemetry plugin with Jenkins, but another question could also be how do I navigate to set up a secret within Jenkins for my pipeline, right? So questions can be of different types, so we should consider all of that. And of course, we already have, as we mentioned, like there are some uh, plugins and projects that were built previously, which kind of are more a ChatGPT style of. In fact, like there's one in 2024 where we fine-tuned a LLM on a lot of the Jenkins docs, and then last year it was based on the build pipelines. So you can explore those particular project ideas as well and how those were implemented, and then come up with uh, the solution where you can look at the existing chatbot implementations and maybe if we want to expand on it or perhaps like reuse some of that similar kind of architecture and look at how the user experience would look like. So those are some of the things that we are probably looking at within this project.
Yeah, also for this project specifically, the usability is very important. Okay, should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we open up the floor for a question.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah,
anyone
sure.
has any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat, or are we allowing folks to unmute,
Yeah, yeah.
Chris?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
also, like
So
we may want to have a like self-introduction section afterwards, so it depends on like how much time we have. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so we can probably take up one question right now, and then we can proceed to the next project. But we'll have ample amount of time for Q&A at the end as well. So if anyone has any questions, if anyone is planning to, okay. So I see Bhuvan has raised their hand. So yeah, Bhuvan, feel free to unmute and ask.
Hello, myself Bhuvan.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hello,
hey.
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, my question was, is it like we can use orchestrations like land graph and land chain?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I mean, that's
okay.
something that up to you. Like, we always encourage open source. So, if you feel there is like a good orchestration platform, because I know that there are multiple types of agentic frameworks, right? So, you can also explore the project. We will make sure to share the link for the last year's project because that was a complete agentic platform that was exploring the build pipeline, the build logs of Jenkins that Jenkins generates, and then can we analyze some issues within those
Yes,
pipeline
yes, yes.
runs. So that is a very
Yeah.
extensive agentic architecture that you can explore and look at the designs decisions that we made in terms of picking up the specific. So I think if I remember correctly, Chris, we used Agno over there, right?
Yeah, we didn't use line chain, but
Yeah.
that can be an option too.
Yeah, it's completely optional.
Okay, okay. And one more thing was, if we have a local LLM, does the size of the plugin matter? Because it would be larger size of the plugin.
I think it does, but you have to tell us like why you chose like what kind of model you want to choose for project, why you want to use a particular like choice.
Like, every model will be like of size of tens of gigabytes. So I just wanted to know, would the size of the plugin matter at the end? You would have to compress it or how it works.
Um, yeah, that could be like an interesting issue to look at, but I think it's like for local models, like you should like it I'm not sure how it's packaged, so I cannot say for sure like how will the size like factor in, but you could probably access it as something external to the plugin. So I think you don't have to like upload like a
Okay,
software.
like we access it through the internet.
Oh, I just said you can have like integration with existing LLMs
Okay,
with
okay, okay.
like API keys. Yeah, I would have said that.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Thank you
something
so
that we
much.
also did for last year's projects. We had support for Open Router, Light LLM, Gemini, OpenAI. So you
Yeah,
can always do that. It's because,
yeah. The
for
last year there was a resource AI chatbot plugin which used a local LLM.
Oh, that's not the one we're referring to. We're referring to a domain specific one for name for team to use.
Okay,
Like,
okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Okay, okay. Thank you.
okay.
yeah. All right, we can probably move to the next one in interest of time.
Yep.
So
So Shifu, do
the
you
next
want to
one
talk
is,
about that one? Yeah,
yeah,
would you
yeah,
like to go for this one?
sure, sure. So this one is using OpenTelemetry for Jenkins jobs on ci.jenkins.io. So just to give some background on what this project is basically. So, what we want to do is we want to enhance the observability of Jenkins jobs. So the entire vision is that we want to transform the ci.jenkins.io from having like basic logging to have a full stack observability with the help of OpenTelemetry. So the plan is primarily to implement an open telemetry layer to capture metrics or traces and logs across the entire Jenkins infrastructure, right? Um, because today you might have logs in Jenkins, but then metrics in other places, and we want to be able to have much more reactive debugging. Now, the question generally that we have seen also in the Jenkins GitHub channel is why not just use the Jenkins plugin, OpenTelemetry plugin. So for reference, I can go to Jenkins Hotel plugin. I hope everyone is able to see my screen for the plugin.
Yes.
Yeah. So see, the main argument here is that the Jenkins plugin or the OpenTelemetry plugin can be useful, right? Because it allows you to analyze a lot of different things. But the only issue is that it only solves part of the actual problem. So with the OpenTelemetry plugin, you will be able to emit telemetry from Jenkins, but it does not solve the challenge of running observability at the scale of the ci.jenkins.io. So the plugin is the main job is just to generate the telemetry signals. It can emit things such as your traces of the pipeline execution, metrics about Jenkins and logs, but the plugin itself is not going to control how telemetry is going to be processed, filtered, or even enriched. And since we are talking about like a ci.jenkins.io, we require a full-fledged telemetry pipeline where you could essentially, an example of such kind of a pipeline could be that you use Jenkins, you use the OpenTelemetry plugin, but then you have the hotel collector and you have a backend which is going to then visualize it and give you much more detailed insights. So this way, you can, because ci.jenkins.io will generate a massive amount of telemetry volume, and plugin will, if we just enable the plugin, you would be able to like produce the spans and the traces, but without control mechanism, it will be a bit difficult to have, because there will be a lot of backend overhead, and we need to have more intelligent sampling. So the collector will be able to like then fetch it, and then we can get CI specific metadata as well and visualize that. Maybe Jamod, if you want to also add something more to this around the justification of not just using simply just the OpenTelemetry plugin.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ivan. So the plugin is just like a sensor kind of a thing. So this project idea is like setting up a open telemetry layer for the Jenkins. So simply enabling the plugin on the Jenkins, CI Jenkins.io, that would generate like lot of like terabyte of noisy data. So we want to avoid that as well. So and the need for the hotel collector is we can have like a tail-based sampling and data enrichment and the security. So if you want to like come up with more ideas, you can include them with your proposal as well. Uh, yeah. So uh, for the uh, contributor focus that we are looking for, this idea is you have keen for the developer tools building and observability. Uh, for the technical stack, that what we are looking for is you need to have some Java knowledge, uh, Groovy, YAML, and OpenTelemetry and cloud infrastructure knowledge as well. So yeah, so Shiva said, the main goal is like a building a observable and highly optimized hotel layer for the CI and keys retire.
And what we'll
As
also say is that because this is something a bit more experimental, and we'll have to see the kind of ideas or thought process that all of you do come up with. And just for public visibility, this is something that one of the contributors had kind of created a topic within the Jenkins community around how do you build like a scalable design RFC. So the entire idea was that you could also like set up a local minimum lab where you could set up a small working pipeline with Jenkins, probably like a local Docker would be fine. You enable the Jenkins OpenTelemetry plugin. You have an OpenTelemetry collector, Jaeger for traces, and then see that how one pipeline shows up as a trace end to end, and then decide, okay, like the first signals that actually matter, because we don't want to probably trace each and everything, something that is CI relevant. So for example, job run span or a state span, queue time, and then agent allocation, or a span event, and metrics could be like a queue length, histograms. So that's something that we like for all of you to explore and come back to us, because this is one of those projects which is more broad scoped, and we would love for all of you to give us an idea around what you feel would be relevant, um, and we can have discussions around the broader like retrospective of how we can go about building this instrumentation and the collector. And the project size is supposed to be of medium size, and of course like the scope may change based on how this progress, but we are uh, we are expecting it to be about 175 hours. And as Chris mentioned, the difference between the different project sizes based on Google source code, we have categorized this within 175 hours. And so myself, Rajiv, Pramod, Chris, all of us will be there in the GitHub channel. And if you have any questions, we feel free to ask them. I think based on time, we are open to take up one or two questions. So if anyone has specific questions regarding this particular project idea, again, feel free to either unmute or you can raise your hand and ask your question. Okay. If there are no questions, we can probably proceed to the next one. If any questions comes up towards the end, we'll just a reminder, we'll have a Q&A at the end as well. So you can probably move to the next one, which is continue Jenkins doc site retooling. I guess, Chris, you're the leader for this one?
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it's like we've tried working on this project for two other times. So one was in 2023, one was last year in 2025. But I think it's like there is still some more work needed before we can like finally push it to to migration finally like so to go live. So right now we have like a repo called docs.jenkins.io under Jenkins infra. So if you we will talk about this a little bit later. So for the Go itself, it's to use alternative tooling with a Vite and Tor and also Docker source for the Chinese site to build the Jenkins static site and provide versions Jenkins documentation. And I think for this, the goal itself like is to replace the existing tech stack, which is this Awestruck based on Ruby. And it sometimes can be kind of slow when we build the website that way, so that may be a concern. So you may some of you may not be aware of this, but like occasionally we will have like some security fixes for Jenkins and for the documentation for that one. Especially on the downloads, like Quadrant is the case we wanted to go live as soon as possible. So by separating the versioned docs and the non-version docs, we could speed up the process significantly. So as to like improve the response time for the security team. And for the skills to study improve, we have for this project web development, ASCII dog, style website tooling. So in this case, it would be React because we're using it. Documentation, website retooling. And I think I will need to add to it, like we are just using JavaScript, so no TypeScript is used for this project. But if you're interested, we can consider that as well. And if we go to a link itself, we can see okay, it's okay now. So we can see first part is the background, so it goes a bit more depth because like we've been doing it for like twice already before, but we're still like missing some pieces to complete the whole project. So okay, can we scroll down a little bit? So this time, like, okay, this time I just want to add something quick. So, since like this project has been done twice before, so some work is already like in place, but we'll need to like both like complete the remaining part, which is the weak part, and to update into a part as well. And also like for the quick start, can we scroll down a little bit? Yes. So we can see like some pages like this is like the mapping between like what we want for the for the JS version side versus non-version side. So and also for the build process, we're gonna use a makefile, maybe Docker container or containers, syntax and spelling checks. So that's like for testing if we have time. that the testing is may or may not be a must, but the thing is, so skills to start improve. We covered that before, but most importantly, you get to like you may not like for a new site, you may not have these, but for the existing Ruby site, we have like some YAML templates or some YAML data files. So we may want to do away with those. Um, so within Tor and Vite, we don't need that technology anymore. So partial difficulty level is like it should be somewhere between beginner or to intermediate, but I think it's more towards like the beginner side. Project size, it could be medium, it could be large. So it depends on how much like how you plan to include in the project. So if you want to include something like testing for end to end, like that may push it towards the large side. The expected outcomes are you should be able to help us to to have the whole like retooling migrated to the existing website. That would help us a lot because I think the existing website's design has been like in place for many years. I'm not sure exactly how many, maybe more than 10. So it gives you a picture of like it's kind of like more, I wouldn't say old, but it's a more mature like tech stack. And it's not like it's may not be very efficient anymore, so we want to change that. So for new features like as we discussed, as to improve the layout of the existing site and to retool it. And for newbie friendly issues, I think so you could try to like find some issues in the docs.jenkins IO repo, or you can create some new ones if you can think of something not too like involved, but something interesting you may want to work on. Is Rajiv here? So have I missed anything from for this year, do you think, Rajiv?
No, Chris, I think you have covered all the things. So, yeah, so as you mentioned, as Chris mentioned, this project has been done in 2023 and 2025, some parts. So, yeah, investigation is one thing. The person who will be working on this project need to see. Uh, yeah.
Okay, so just want to add, like we have two simple projects that's front end focused. So those will cover tomorrow. And one of them is on the contributor spotlight, and the other one is on the storage feature. And those like I think it's likely depends on like which candidate we choose for which project. So one of those would be selected, or like or the dogs side will be selected. So we don't know yet. So it's highly dependent on like what kind of candidates we can like find. Yeah, okay. I think it's time for Q&A for this project.
Yeah, there is a question in chat.
Okay, let me take a look. Okay, two questions. So since the Chinese site migration is in its infancy, so it's a priority to match this on English site exactly. If more create freedom with doc sockets or implementation. I think you can have like some creativity actually for the Chinese site because I don't want it to be like a boring project. So, but the functionalities features should all be like exactly or similar to what we have for the official English site. And so like so that part maybe I want to make it more fun. So I would say yes. And for the second question, like since we're moving to Tor, we find support version documentation import directly from Git branches. Yes, it will support version documentation, and I think that part it's we have it on I think it used to be on docs.jenkins file if you typed it as is in the URL, but we changed to alpha dot docs dot jenkins.io or something like that. But you can find it in like in the repo for docs.jenkins.io too, because like there was some confusion before for some users, because for some reason like even though we moved the like the we added a like a robot.txt file to like to make sure like there's no Google crawler like accessing it, so it's not indexed. But for some reason it's still showing like in the Google searches. So that's what we changed the URL for that one. But we'll change it back once to docs.jenkins.io as the URL once like the migration is ready. So that would be like what we aim towards this time around. Any other questions? I think maybe no. So next project.
Okay. So
Yeah.
next one is Jenkins email notification using Outlook SMTP.
Yeah, so this one's like the lead mentor cannot attend today, but I'll talk a bit about for him. So basically like for it's mostly focused on the email.ext plugin. So EXT I think it stands for external. So it should support like we should add support for OAuth 2.0 authentications for Outlook SMTP, which by which we mean Office 365. So skills to study and improve are Java because that's the language the plugin is written in. So this is not like a greenfield project. So unlike some of the ones we which we don't have a repo for, this one we do have like an existing plugin in production. So another skill to pick up is OAuth 2.0, client secrets, certification flow. So you have to know like how a token works in this case. So SMTP, express for Outlook. So SMTP is I think is a protocol for email. And now let's go to a link. Yeah. Okay. So we talk about the first two parts. For the background, it's because like that's a need. Someone actually requested this feature. That's why it also ranks quite high in terms of priority for us. So as a summary, okay, so 5 points. You should be in the end working towards implementing an OAuth authentication support for Outlook SMTP. You should ensure secret storage and handling of OAuth tokens within Jenkins itself. So, which means that you need to pick up some knowledge of the Jenkins core and how it works as well. So we need to know like how to bridge between the plugin and the core. And then you have to provide configuration options in the Jenkins UI for setup or with Outlook SMTP. So quite often, which is the case, we can use Jelly to do that. By Jelly, I mean Apache Jelly. And then you need to test the implementation fairly to ensure reliable emo-free auth authentication. So in addition to unit tasks, you should also focus on integration tasks to make sure like it works in the wild. Finally, you need to document a new feature, including sub instructions and usage guidelines. So start study and improvement skills we've covered. So project size, it could be like it could be I think I'm gonna take some liberty in this. So it says like medium, right? 175 hours. But if you intend to work in full time, it could be like 350 hours because like uh, uh because like I think for the duration is the same, except like in terms of effort, like it depends on how much like if you're studying, if you have like uni at the same time, it may be a medium size. It should be anyways. But for the project difficulty level, it's intermediate. So we expect you to have some knowledge about like how SMTP works, or like at least you have a keen interest, and you know like something about like OAuth authentication, or you have some done some research on it to make a case for like how you are qualified in relation to other applicants. So for the expected outcomes, I won't go into too much detail here. So for links itself, we have two links. So they're both for the email dash X ext plugin. One's for the repository, one's for the page. So if you're interested, you can take a look. I think it's like some candidates already has started work on the on not maybe not on the project, but in the repository on related issues. So are you welcome to like do that. But remember, don't start working on the project itself. Because like you may risk getting disqualified. So I think we could. Can we go back to the repo and take a look at the issues? So I just want to see like for the issues. I think we have a number of issues, like some bugs. I think bugs would be a good intro for you. Like maybe not enhancements yet, but bugs would be a good starting point. And I think that's about it I want to discuss here. So because the lead mentor is not here, we may not be able to go too much in depth about the like what he intends for the architecture or for the exact for the like the direction he wants in terms how how the actual work will be done, but I'll leave it to him. But you can ask maybe either on GitHub or Discourse. By Discourse, I mean community.jenkins.io, the website. And any questions about this project?
So I guess there's a question in the chat, Chris.
Oh,
For
sorry, I
the
was talking on mute. Okay, so for the Outlook SMTP project, like I think for that one, like you will figure, I will leave it to you to find out whether the Jenkins Credentials API can be used for this plugin. I think it's probably like okay to do so, but like as like we have as a part of the flow for this plugin, like secret client secret and certification flow. But so you may want to like build a case for it if you think it's possible. Like you may need to like do additional work for the Jenkins credentials API to make it happen, but I'm not sure yet. So that's like that's a good question though. That's definitely a good question. But it's more like for you to figure it out than for me to just tell you whether you can or not. Because like we can definitely make it happen. Any other question for that? Okay, so oh yeah, no. Can a scope of this project be widened to include Gmail or Office? Well, I think it's yeah, it's definitely possible because like they should work quite like they have the differences for Gmail and also for Outlook. So you could like discuss it with Alex O about it, but don't reach out to him via DM. You can talk to him maybe on try to talk to him via me on GitHub or Discord on community.jenkins.io. I think it's possible because like I think it's like if you want to make it like definitely a large project, you can include like Gmail as well. Okay, any other questions for this project idea? So no. So I think one more. It's okay. So from Rui Burma, I've been looking at the Jenkins R component library and its role across different sites. Could project be scoped specifically for modernizing design these shared components to figure design? I actually have had that idea beforehand, but I think it would be good if we can like do this not as a standalone project, but with the front end projects we have for this iteration for 2026. So we could like work in tandem, like work on the previous project idea, which is on the migrating retooling the Jenkins IO website. At the same time, working on the Jenkins IO components repo. So I think that's like that might be better that way because like as a standalone maybe not this year. So we could try to modernize it a little bit by bit this time. Because I think like also for the contributor spotlight and stories project ideas, like they could share like some features from this repo. So it's definitely possible, yeah. But not as a standalone, not this year. Okay, so maybe some ice breaking. So Shive, do you want to lead some introductions or not? Okay. Shive, hear me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Um, so what's next for us, right? And of course, in the meantime, if anyone has any questions, we are still having about 10 minutes with us. So feel free to drop those questions in the chat, or we'll give everyone in the last like few minutes to open up the floor for anyone to ask questions. But let me just also quickly go through the timeline. So right now is the perfect time for all of you to explore the different projects. This meeting and tomorrow's meeting have been set as mentioned earlier for all of you to understand what the different project ideas are, who are the mentors for these projects. And if you want to reach out on the Gitter channel, you can, of course, always ask your doubts. But it's also a time where you could share your draft proposals for mentors to provide feedback. So maybe you are already a bit more advanced in terms of exploring the project idea and you want to um, submit like the proposal, but you want to get it reviewed. We always recommend that because you know when it comes to submission of the forms, what we like to do is we like to give you a lot of robust feedback on what are the things that you should include in the proposal, what are the things that you should probably not include. And if I'm not mistaken, Chris, we have already shared a sample submission, right? Like a sample, what a sample proposal looks like.
You mean a template?
Yeah, like a template.
Oh, it's on the next page. Next
Yeah,
slide.
yeah. So we'll also be sharing the template with all of you. But between now and March 27, this will be the time for all of you to. Okay, so Krishna mentioned they got the template. That's good. So the time between now, which is March 5 to March 27, anytime you can always share your draft proposal for us to review. It's always recommended to that before you make the final submission. The deadline to submit your draft proposal will be March 27. Then, in terms of the application period itself, that will be from 16th March till 31st March. So, what you're seeing here is this is just a draft proposal that you're submitting to the Jenkins org, but it's not like the official submission. The official submission will happen through the Google Source Code portal, which all of you would have already like you'll have to register for it, and then you will submit your proposal, like the official proposal over there. And the guidelines for all of the timelines are here on this website. And then here are some of the resources. So the first one is just how to get started, like how to prepare yourself, your mindset, and everything with respect to like participating in a program like Google Source Code. So we've already shared that particular slide. This is a proposal template doc that you can use as a template while designing your proposal. And also like if you want to use that as reference for submitting your draft proposal, you can feel free to do that. This is the Google form for getting the feedback. This is where we have listed all of the project ideas for 2026. And we have mentioned both the Discourse channel and the Gitter channel. So I guess with that, we conclude like most of the main topics for today, and we'll open up the floor for the remaining 9 minutes for Q&A.
Maybe introductions to think.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you go first.
So sorry, Chris, could you repeat again?
You go first. What name, country, like what
Oh
job,
yeah, yeah.
something like
Sure,
that.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Shivai. I have been part of the Jenkins program for Google Source Code for the last like 5 years. Started off in 2020 with the machine learning plugin, and then I've mostly been on the ML side of things. And recently, in the last couple of years, I've been exploring a lot of open telemetry as well. I'm based out of New Delhi, India. So I'll be one of the lead mentors for the Jenkins for the hotel, and then also with alongside Chris for the first one that we covered, which is the useful chatbot for the resources. So if you have any questions as well, you can always reach out and ping this on the Gitter channel. Maybe Chris, you can go next.
Yeah, so my name is Chris. I'm based in Hong Kong, so I work as a software engineer. Right now I'm with a fintech company, so we do I mostly do full stack web development. And also I'm an admin for Jenkins. I've been an admin for a few years. And I'm also a mentor for Google of Code. I think so I am in the APAC time zone, similar to like what Shreya is based in. So he's in India and Hong Kong. So we are about 2.5 hours apart. So next is V, I think.
Yeah, sure. So, hey everyone, I'm Srinivas and I'm based out of Bangalore, India. So, by professional, I'm an AI application developer working in Delhi. I have been involved with the Jenkins from the last 2 years as a mentor, and this time as a org admin. I'm the lead mentor for the Resource AI Chatbot project, and I have seen a lot of you are making a PR for the project. So much thank you for that. I'm not having a much time to review. I'll cope up some time for you all to review all the PRs you made. Please cope up with me and thank you all.
So next I think is Jamon. Jamon, you're on mute.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I have seen a question in the chat by Piyush Malik. Can we submit review for multiple times? Definitely not, Piyush. You can only submit once for a review.
But yeah, but you can ask you can talk to them as via the Google Doc as comments, so it may work that way. If you have any question you want to follow up on. So next, let's try with Jeff.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So my name is Rajiv. I'm based in Bangalore, India. I work for Maersk, so I'm into backend engineering and Golang. And yeah, I started my GSoCs. I did my GSoC in 2022, and then after that, I'm mentoring for Jenkins for last 3 years. So I'll be involved in two ideas, which will be discussed tomorrow. So one is success stories, and one is about the Spotlight website idea. And yeah, I mean, we will discuss these ideas tomorrow more about this. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So Chama, are you here? Okay, we're not. Let's go to us. Oh, you're here. Okay, go ahead.
So,
So
Chris, we have. Can we take a questions?
Now maybe. Okay.
So, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or else if you wanna put it in,
Maybe
you
maybe
can.
they can ask like when they after it gives introduction. I think that may work better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
works.
okay.
Yeah. So Chama.
yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Samod. I'm based in Sri Lanka, and I'm currently working as a software engineer for a company called Circles. And apart from mentoring the Jenkins GSoC, I'm a CNCF ambassador, and I'm actively contributing to the CNCF projects with various way. Yeah, Chris.
Thanks. So next, Rita. Are you here?
Yeah. Hello everyone. So I'm Sridhar. I'm from Tamil Nadu, India. So I started my open source journey with Jenkins on 2024 as a contributor, and then I mentored past year and this year as well. I work as a software engineer in Red Hood and have a beautiful and hopefully wonderful journey on Jenkins. Thank you.
Thanks. The next one is our mentor of us, Wanek. You're mute. Wanek, are you there? Okay, so if not, let's go to the next one. So let's go by order I see on the participants list. So in Rajan, do you want to introduce yourself? Nope. So it's Danielle.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep. Hi.
Hello, I'm Daniele. I'm from Italy, and I'm actually a university student. I've started contributing to Jenkins 1 month and a bit more ago, and currently I'm working to the proposal for a chatbot to guide user workflow, and that's it.
Welcome. Thanks. So next one, I think, let's see. Krishna?
Yeah, hi sir. I'm Krishna from Hyderabad. So I'm a student at University of Hyderabad. I'm in a third year undergrad. Right now, I'm working on that plugin, the plugin modernizers thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
that's it.
visualizer.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. So next one, Megana. Are you there? Or you cannot talk? Megana? If not, let's go to the next one, Mohammed. Nope. So next one, Oma.
Hi, my name is Omar Hussein. I am a final year at computer engineering student at Helwan University. I have been seeing about Jenkins, and I worked in it in my final graduation project, and I try to solve some issues like enhanced local environment for developer. Uh, but it recently under review, and I hope to merge it at soon.
Thanks. Welcome. So next one, I think is Piyush.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Uh, my name is Piyush Malik. I am from India, from Thapar Institute of Technology, and I am hoping to work towards the project of guide user workflow project, AI chatbot to guide user workflow project.
Sounds good. So next one, Pratham.
Hey everyone, I'm Pratham, based in India, and I've been working on many plugins in Jenkins. For example, agent maintenance plugin, S3 plugin, and many more. And I'm more interested in contributing to Outlook OAuth project, and I'm excited to take this on because I've worked on many projects like that includes email automation. Uh, for that, I used like REST API integrations, but yeah, I'm currently working on making a proof of concept for this for my proposal that would help me maximize my chances to get selected. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks. So next one, Rahul. If not, Rishi.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
you
you are.
are.
Okay. So I am Rashi Verma. I'm from in Delhi, India, and currently I'm in my second year of computer science engineering, and I'm looking forward to contribute in the AI chatbot user guide to workflow. So, and I am basically interested in DevOps, AI driven DevOps. So yeah, just
Thanks. So next one's Sweeja. If not, Vaso.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hi everyone, I'm Shrija. Currently doing UG degree in life sciences with computer science as one project. Sorry, subject. I actually made a small UI UX contribution to the Jenkins before. So from that, I knew this organization. I'm particularly interested in the plugin modernizer stats visualization project. Uh, and that's it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
So next one, yeah. Next one, Vaso.
Hello, am I audible?
Yep, yep.
Okay, my name is Vatsu Verma and I'm from Ghaziabad, India. And I've been contributing to stories.jenkins.io from past few months and trying to make some meaningful PRs. And currently I'm working on introducing a new Jenkins IO component. And I really appreciate the hospitality that I have received from Hervé and Chris throughout this period. Thank you.
Thanks. So next one is like Amenus. Jamil asked. Are you here? You're mute. Okay, I think that's it. Is there any other questions you may have for us today? Oh,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
if not, then we'll conclude because we are 3 minutes above time. So just being respectful of everyone's time. If we can probably close out with probably one more question. Otherwise, we can conclude. And we will have another session tomorrow. So if you are interested in one of the other four projects that were there, um, please feel free to drop by tomorrow as well. We will be sharing the link again. It's already there in the Gitter chat as well. So yeah, looking forward to meeting some of you tomorrow as well.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you, everyone.